for several reasons, I was in my head about meeting with this agent. So I had to like step back and, reframe a little bit. I was like, well, we'll get to at least meet a new person and we'll get to actually like be curious about this agent and see just, I don't know, see what happens. I also revisited the I forget what the title of the video is on the Career Activate website, but it's like the 20 most common questions you're asked. Because I was like, I should just make
Oh, the
sure.
22 questions that make or break your agent meeting.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes. Because I was like, I want to prep it, and I want to make sure that I do know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about my goals and where I want to go and kind of just who I am. And so I went in and I was feeling pretty good and I had an open mind and I had a couple questions to ask her as well. And I just focused on like being in the moment and meeting with her. And it was the warmest agent meeting I've ever had, hands down.
Oh,
She's lovely. She's so friendly. She's so kind, but she's also, about her business. Like she's very. I get the sense that she is a businesswoman, and I respect that as well. And when I asked what is the top quality that you look for in the actors you work with, she was like, honestly, just kindness. She was like, if I send you an audition, I would like a thank you. I- you know, and I was like, that's pretty cool. She was like, because if you're making, a lot of money and you're booking all the time, but you're an asshole to me, I don't want to work with you. If I had gone into the meeting with all those like judgments and just all that negativity that I was experiencing at the start, that wouldn't have happened because I wouldn't have been open and receptive to it. But we really connected and we have a really good working relationship.
awesome. Congratulations on like noticing your judgments, calling it out for yourself, where you're like, okay, I'm being a little judgmental. And then doing the preparation in order to like feel comfortable and relaxed in that meeting. And I love that you asked that question. It's one of my favorite questions to ask in rep meetings. And that led to like, I think both of you probably realizing like, we're a fit for each other. And I'm sure she found it kind for you to even ask that question because that's a very thoughtful question, right? For a
Yeah.
potential client to ask, because it's kind of like, how do I be the best client possible for you? I know Clayton had shared with me like a big thing he's worked on with you is like, of course, strategy stuff, but also mindset. What have you found like helpful in terms of like continuing to being a part of this community?
Yeah, I mean, I think that like I think showing up is a big part of it. I would truly like I get the most out of the program when I actually use the program, which sounds so dumb and obvious, but like it's showing up is seriously like is a huge part of it for me. It's when I don't show up to things that I'm like, this isn't that valuable to me. It's like, well, yeah, you weren't there. So
Being consistent and showing up for yourself and your career is huge.
well,
Yeah.
you actually said something to me at the beginning of the year, Jonah, where you were talking about being in a car and there's just fog and you have
Oh,
your light on
yeah.
and you can only see like a little bit in front of you. And going somewhere is so much better than just not going anywhere at all and being like, I'll wait for the fog to clear up or whatever. I'm paraphrasing
That
so
was
horribly, but
close, pretty close.
yeah,
Yeah.
but what I took away from it was like it's better to do something and not be 100% sure about it or even ready for it than to just because I will paralyze myself with indecisiveness. And I
Analysis paralysis, a real thing for most of us.
yeah, and
Real thing.
I'm never 100% sure about anything. So it's very silly to to wait for that moment. Plugging into the Kajabi community as well has been helpful. It's inspiring to be around other people who are doing the thing. Meeting up with people in person. Paulina
Mhm.
has been organizing some really awesome in-person things. So
Yes.
like
Shout out to
going to those,
Paulina.
yeah, going to those has been really inspiring too because the online community is great, but it's also really great to remember that we have physical forms and that we're like
Yeah.
we're real. Um, surrounding yourself with people who make you feel positive is really important. And if there's anyone in your life, it was an exercise you had us do, I think, where it was like, who in your life is causing you 95% of the stress or like
Yeah, it's the
whatever.
Yes, yes. Yeah, no, thank you for sharing that, Ken. And so it's from
Yeah, that
one
one.
of Tim Ferriss's book, and it's who are the 20% of people that are contributing to 80% of your stress, anxiety, frustration, and then who are the 20% of people that are contributing to 80% of your joy, inspiration, positivity, and just looking at those lists. And it doesn't mean you have to cut out people necessarily, but maybe adjusting the nature of the relationship with
Yeah,
some of the people on the first list, or maybe spending more time with people on the second list than the first.
that has helped a lot this year, especially.